You've got your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Medical assistance needed. critical.
More of this.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
should look around.
Lead the way.
Watch my feet. I'm pinned down! Gotta fix the gun belt!
What's up guys, Wolf here. Hopefully you did enjoy the gameplay. I'm going to showcase the build. This is my new best solo DPS setup. Deal loads of damage and absolutely mince your way through any PvE content in the game playing solo. Now you can use this build in a group, but that's up to you. Very simple, shouldn't take too long for me to explain this. So St. Elmo's engine is going to be great for this build. I'm going to be using gunner specialization also, just so I can get some armor on kill. You don't have to do that exactly, but it does help when playing solo. Lefty shotgun for perfect sledgehammer. Everything's going to have damage to targets out of cover rolled in the attribute part, in the main attribute here. Then the orbit pistol for extra critical hit damage. This is nice. We get perfect finisher. When we finish the last enemy, we get, or any enemy really, you get a boost in critical hit damage, which is good. Then Striker's 4-piece is just the best setup to use right now. Don't use anything else if you want max DPS. The backpack to make sure that your damage is efficient or more efficient from 6.5 to 0.90, which is really good. 0.9 is a lot. It's a significant amount, especially when you use reds in your build. The chest piece so that we can maximize damage. It's not too hard to maintain stacks and get stacks going because of the larger magazine and higher fire rate of the St. Elmo's engine. And the great thing is when you focus the high, the tankiest enemies, because that's what we want to be doing, we can keep the stacks up, get the stacks up, even though we've got all reds. But because we'll be doing that, the new Turmoil knee pads works perfectly with this build, because we can spread the damage across the area, and sometimes you can focus 1 or 2 enemies and kill a whole wave of enemies. Now, you may be thinking 50% of the damage, okay, I'm going to be doing 50% less, but you're not losing damage, it's just getting spread somewhere else. Sometimes it's actually 60-40. I've explained these knee pads in previous videos. They are very good. This is a fact. And the great thing is when you're focusing enemies, a lot of so utility-wise, this works so incredibly well. And you can see from the gameplay how quickly I can run through missions. Yes, I am using global modifiers. I will showcase that later. The Bewildered talent is perfect, because when you're shooting an enemy, those stupid other enemies that hide or stay in cover, they get beamed as well, so that you can get rid of them so they can't keep spamming grenades, explosive drones. You know the ones I'm talking about. If you've ever played a solo legendary mission, you can see what I'm saying. These are just definitely worth using playing solo. In a group though, they're going to be a bit more difficult. Sometimes you would want to focus more damage on individual targets. They still work though. Very nice knee pads. and these work great with a setup like this. Max damage, single target damage. You can beam enemies and just spread the damage around. It normally only goes to one enemy at a time, but because it randomizes, you'll see loads of enemies will take damage randomly, but it works incredibly well with this build. Now, with the Striga AR, is how I mentioned it in my previous videos. It is very strong on paper and in the range, because you're amplifying the damage from the knee pads as well. The 50%, it's scaling upwards with the Striga. So when you kill an enemy, the other ones that are highlighted will take more damage from the knee pad spreading damage. So the Striga works great. The fire rate isn't great. The magazine size isn't amazing. Therefore, it doesn't work as well with the Striker's chest piece. And, in the perfect situation, if you can stack things with a shotgun, then swap to this. This will end up doing better in the course of a mission. But the St. Elmo's, from my testing and in practice, just works way better with this build. So just try it and you will see exactly what I mean. But the Striga makes more sense, but in practice, this comes out on top, in my opinion. Then Coyote's Mask. This is just going to be great for close range to get more critical hit damage, and you don't have to have as much crit chance if you're going to be playing from further away, which you will be doing because you're using an AR. But you can be very aggressive, because with the global modifiers, I have got these ones active. Rogue, this one Overdrive, very nice. Some shield utility, get some healing. Make sure you guys put these on. I've got critical momentum, fortified shield, and critical recovery. Very good. Once we get the modifier going, our shield becomes immortal. That's how I'm able to push. So make sure you guys activate global modifiers. These are really good, and make use of the ones that I've got there. And then your shield, when you've stacked it all the way to the top, will be immortal, and you can just blast through, higher fire rate, all the good stuff. It's really, really worth it. Every single piece is going to have critical hit chance. Crit chance and crit damage natively on the knee pads. It just depends if your crit chance is going to go over 60, or depending on if you want to make use of that extra crit chance gain from the mask, you can put crit damage on the pieces. It doesn't matter. For example, I got crit chance on the chest, crit chance on the holster, backpack crit damage, because the Elmo's has it gets crit chance a lot easier due to modifications. Also the gloves. So if you swap to like the Striga AR, you'll probably need to reroll these to crit chance. You just got to make sure your crit chance is no less than 50%. 50 because of the buff from the mask. So you're going to be quite far away. We get extra critical hit chance. I kind of base it off of this, but it's dependent on you and how far away you're going to be playing from the enemies, or what mission, what content you're playing in. Then decoy, shield, doesn't matter, whatever you want, it will work. So this setup is just what I'm using right now to play solo and to beam my way through. You can add more blues if you're going to be playing in heroic, and what I would actually recommend doing is, if you guys are going to be playing open world with not the most difficult content in the game, add another 2 or 3 blues and then use Memento Backpack instead of Coyote's Mask. It's that simple. And then you can run around getting more regen, more utility for your shield and decoy, and more damage. So that's it from me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the gameplay and the quick little description. 57 crit chance, 144. I've probably overdone the crit chance. I could have it 7% less or 6% less. So it's up to you though. I don't like to situationalize it too much. It doesn't matter. We beam, we hit huge amounts of damage. The shield tanks because of the modifier, and it just really helps. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is this your new build? Are you going to use it? And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.